Anybody else? Now, I will let you know this. I am going to be asking a lot of questions. If you look down, I'm picking you. If you maintain eye contact, I'm picking you. For example, you just got picked. Eye contact. All right, here we go. Ready? What are you grateful for? Go.
Family, health, my job.
I love it. Family, health, and job. I like it. I like it. Yep, you already knew. By the way, your name one more time?
Lane.
Mr. Lane. Mr. Lane actually helped me out because I forgot my flash drive. I had everything. Forgot my flash drive. Mr. Lane, he definitely provided. So y'all give a hand for Lane. Give a hand for Lane. Lane.
What kind of a geek walks around with a flash drive all the time, right? I'm grateful that I had my flash drive with me today so we can have this presentation.
Well, Lane, I appreciate it. Y'all give him a hand. Give him a hand. Now, the reason why I wanted to start off with that is because I have a lot to be grateful for. But I'm going to start off the presentation because 1 month and 1 year to today, this happened. You see, it was like, happy feelings gone, right? This happened. Let me let you know exactly what happened. January the 1st of 2023 at 9:38 a.m. That was my first day as an entrepreneur. What ended up happening is that pandemic actually transitioned me from a job that I traveled all around the United States. Audrey, right? Audrey, you said that you taught sales. That's what I did. I went all around the United States and I taught sales. But when the pandemic happened, I couldn't travel. So I got an unexpected email that said your position no longer exists. So with that, they say you have a choice. You can either take a severance package or you can become a manager of a local store. Well, I always wanted to go into entrepreneurship and I always wanted to do motivational speaking. So I took a chance on myself. So January the 1st at 9:38 a.m., I'm in my car, that blue car right there. I'm like, man, I'm going to go get some coffee. I'm getting ready to start the day. And y'all know what coffee place I went to. Everyone say it on three. 1, 2, 3. See, some of y'all that said Starbucks, y'all bougie. Y'all bougie. I'm a new entrepreneur. I went to Dunkin' Donuts, balling on a budget, right? It's not a Frappuccino, it's a Coolada, right? So if you can actually look in the picture, Dunkin' Donuts is literally right there. It was right across the street. Yep, that's exactly where that is. And all of a sudden, I'm going across, and then right when I went across, this SUV just comes up and wham, hits my car. Hits my car so hard that it goes into a 360. His car keeps going and it hits this pole right here. His car folded around the pole, shook the pole so hard that the power line fell on top of my car. When I stepped outside of the car, yes, I said when I stepped outside of the car, I looked at the gentleman's car and I said he didn't make it. He did not make it. Luckily, I walked out of that accident with a cut on my foot. He crawled out on the other side, out of the broken window on the other side, and he peed on himself, and we were both okay. Now, why do I start my presentation with this? One, this is why I'm grateful. But the second thing, I want y'all to understand how important you are here today. Nothing could happen to me. Oh, hold on. Let me actually finish the statement. When I went to go pick up my car from the tow people, right? I had to get my things out of there. There was a silver Honda Civic right next to it. And the silver Honda Civic, the guy told me, he said, hey, you got in an accident with the red light. I said, yeah. He said, well, this person got in the same accident just yesterday and they didn't make it. So the reason why I say that, not to feel depressed or anything like that, but because of this, years down the line, I understood this, is that the reason why I couldn't go anywhere, even with that accident being that bad, is because I had to meet you. I had to talk with you. I didn't know at that time, but I had something to offer and I couldn't go anywhere until I met you today. When I go around speaking at schools, when I go talking with teachers or even different communities or anything like that, I take it very seriously that I have the opportunity to speak to those people because it could have been very different, but I have the opportunity to speak with you today. So why am I grateful? I'm grateful that I'm here to talk to you today. That's why I'm grateful. But this also reminds me of life. Life when we're going into the schools, life when we're in our department. What ends up happening is like, man, it's going to be a good day. All of a sudden, an accident. It totals your dreams. It totals your goals. It totals your visions. It just totally goes into a crashing state. And you're like, why did this happen to me? Have y'all ever gone through that before? Of a why did this happen to me? I need hands raised, hands raised. Usually we have those things that happen. I want to let you guys know this. Bad days never give you warm-ups. Bad days don't say, hey, I'm on the way. They just happen, right? But also I want to tell you this, you are allowed to have bad days. Everybody has bad days, but don't let your bad day have you. You will go through moments where you go through some ups and go through some downs, go through some ups and go through some downs. Kind of reminds me of this right here. I got a question. If you see that, is that a good sign or a bad sign? Why is it a good sign? Anybody? I got a hand raised right here. Hold on, students. I have a hand raised right here. Hold on. Yes, sir. It's not flatline. Now, if it was flatline, then that'd be a problem, right? But if it's going up and down, up and down, up and down, that's a good sign because it shows that you're still what? There's something down on your paper that says you have survived 100% of your bad days. You're doing great. It doesn't matter what happened in the classroom. It doesn't matter what happened in the school. It doesn't matter what happened in the department. It doesn't matter what happened at home. Before you were a professional, you are a mom, you are a dad, you are a sister, you are a person. It doesn't matter what happened in those situations. You are here. Why? Because you have survived 100% of your bad days. You're doing great. When it goes up and down, that's not a bad sign. It shows that you're still alive. You're still here to make impact. You're still here to show exactly what you bring to the table. You all bring something to the table. I don't know what chapter that you're on in your life, but you're here because you have something to offer. Yes, you may be in those low times, but let me tell you something. The dark days came to make you strong, or maybe, just maybe, you are already strong, but the dark days made you prove it. Today is your proving ground. Why? Because you have something to offer. How many of y'all have ever had negativity go around? Hands up. People be walking around just with haterade all day. You're like, right? Well, usually negativity, it only bothers you because you have something valuable on the inside. Always remember that thieves don't break into empty houses. Well, yeah, write that down. We got more. Some of y'all like, Don't worry about it. Y'all can take pictures if y'all would like because you can use these as well. So the enemy of negativity only bothers you because you have something valuable on the inside. Always remember that thieves don't break in to empty houses. Very simply put, you have something to offer. So repeat after me. Say, I have something to offer. Now, this is the thing. That I was kind of ashy. Hi. Give me a little bit of enthusiasm. One more time. I have something to offer. Give it to me one more time. I have something to offer. So with that being said, I was going through my different presentations of what can I present to you? What can I bring to you? Not as a professional, but as a person. So I was like, ABCs to Success. That's the one that Miss MJ Steele sat through. By the way, that's a superhero name. That's like the next Marvel character, MJ Steele. Right? So, no, she's not going to be walking around, I'm Miss Steele, right? But with that, I was thinking ABCs to Success. I'm like, no, I've already did that one. Then I have another one called Wake Up Sleeping Genius. I'm like, no, that's more for students. So this is the one that I have for you guys today. Today's presentation is Make Your Mark. Make your mark. How am I making my mark currently today? And how will I make my mark moving forward into 2024? Now, let me just ask a question, just, randomly out of you guys. How are y'all making your mark today? It doesn't have to be in work. It could just be in life just in general. But how are y'all making your mark today? Talk to me. Talk to me.
I'm always smiling, and I greet people even if I don't know them. I'm making a mark by being pleasant. When you see me, you see pleasure. You see happiness. You see love. I love every single body, and I show it when you see me.
I love it. Y'all, don't snap it up. That was good. Snap, snaps. Yes. All right. How do you make your mark? Go. Black jacket right here. Mm-hmm. It's a good question, right?
How do I make my mark? By giving a smile sometimes.
By giving a smile. I love it. She put in there sometimes because there's sometimes, right? But by bringing that smile, I love that. Right in the back, my Berkshire coach. How do you make your mark?
By having empathy for other people.
Empathy, right? There's a big difference between sympathy and empathy, right? It's like I may not, be going through the same situation, but I can feel what you're feeling. Sometimes they go through frustrations. It's in the departments where it's here at the school district and also out there. I go through the ups and downs and stuff like that, but I can have empathy and I can guide you through where you're going, right? Last one in the yellow shirt. Yes, you already knew it was coming to you. She's like, he's going to pick me next. Ready? How do you make your mark?
I make my mark by listening.
By listening. I love it. Listening, they say you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you should listen more than you speak, right? How do I make my mark? So with it, you see the little periods right here. I have I wanted to create a cool acronym, but while I was sitting at home, I'm like, make your mark. Mark, M-A-R-K. Marvelous, awesome, really cool with a K, right? I was like, what acronym can I come up with in order to, go through this? But then after that, when I really got serious with it, this is what I came up with. So this is going to be the mark framework that we're going to go over. So if you want to write this down or take pictures, you can. So we're going to go first through our motivation. What is our motivation? What drives us every day? What keeps us going? Then after that, motivation is good, but motivation without action is just dreams and wishes, right? So we want to move over to action. We want to get into action and move over to be the best version of ourselves. Moving over into action, you are going to experience some obstacles. So when you get to your obstacles, how do I stay resilient? How do I stay resilient in my department? How do I stay resilient at the school? But not only that, but how do I tell me, hey, keep going? How do I stay resilient? And finally, when you stay resilient, you will learn different things along the way. So how can I spread my knowledge around everybody? So how are we going to make our mark? Our motivation, our action, our resilience, and our knowledge. So let's start with M, our motivation. Story time. I'm going to tell you guys a story. So there was a young man. He was about 4 years old. It was Saturday morning. And when it was Saturday morning, he came running down the stairs and he came to his dad. He said, Dad, I'm ready to go outside and play a game. Now, Dad, he has this thing that he does every Saturday. He reads his newspaper and drinks his coffee. So he said, son, every Saturday morning, you know what I do? I read my newspaper and drink my coffee. How many of y'all have routines that you have? Routines? All right, hands down. How many of y'all don't like to be broken out of your routine? Hands up. My hand is up. I had certain things that I do. I'm like, look, I have to do it this way. So Dad was in his routine. He's like, no, son, I'm doing this. But kids are persistent. He said, Dad, can you please? He said, finally, the dad said, okay, all right, you want to play a game? Let's play a game. He took a piece out of the newspaper, ripped it up into a whole bunch of pieces, about 100, slammed it on the table and said, all right, you want to play a game? Let's play a game. Put the pieces together. Now, the kid doesn't know any better. He thinks it's a game. He's like, okay. So he starts putting the pieces together. The dad kind of smiles because he bought himself some time, right? So the kid, he's putting it together, and all of a sudden a piece falls on the ground, and he goes down there like this, and the dad kind of looks over and goes back at his newspaper. Now, mind you, there's about 100 pieces. He gets up 5 seconds later. He says, done, Dad. The dad is frustrated. He was like, what? He looks down at the picture. Now, mind you, I didn't tell you what the picture was. The picture was a picture of the earth. So when he looks down, North America is right where it needs to be, South America, Australia, Africa, Antarctica, everywhere. And he looks at the kid has this stupid smile on his face. And he said, how'd you get done so fast? And he was like, Dad, it was a really hard puzzle. But what happened was when a piece fell on the ground, I got the piece, and Dad, we have a glass table. And on one side of the picture is a picture of the earth, or the picture of the world. But on the other side of the picture, there's a picture of a man. And I said to myself, if I put the man together, then I can put the world together. Or for my ladies in here, we put the girls together, then we can put the world together. Who runs the world? Girl. Who run the world? Girl. All right, just making sure y'all with me, right? So if I put the man or the woman together, then I can put the world together. So when I talk about your motivation, I need y'all to tell me, what does this spell? No, it don't. Y'all done failed the first part. Y'all done failed the first part. Right here. What, please tell me, what does that spell? Yeah. Uh-huh.
I would say
Success? Huh. You know what? Actually, it's important that when we're communicating, we ask the right questions. Forgive me, I asked the wrong question. Not what does it spell, because that doesn't spell anything, but really what I should say is what letter is missing. You can't spell success without you. When it comes to your department, when it comes to your school, when it comes to you, it's good for you to be there for the school. It's good for you to be there for your department. It's good for you to be there for a push, but are you there for you? Are you making sure that your mental wellness is in check? Are you making sure that you take breaks? Are you making sure that you still take your PTO and your spa days? You can't spell success without what? You can't pour from an empty cup. I don't like pouring from an empty cup. I want my cup to be overflowing so it can flow over into somebody's cup. I want to make sure I'm full at all times. You can't spell success without what? You can't spell success without you. I need you, I need you, I need you, and I need you. You have something to offer. You have something to bring to the table. Actually, to actually make it a little bit better, that there's a definition in the dictionary that I think it pertains to everybody in this room. Essential. Each one of you are essential. Now, when you look it up, essential doesn't mean that you had to work through a pandemic. That does not mean. It's interesting how times can change the meaning of words, right? Essential actually means this. Look it up on Google. It's the first definition that comes up. You're absolutely necessary, extremely important. I want you to find somebody, look them in the eye, and let them know that you are absolutely necessary, extremely important. Now, I see some of y'all looking at somebody, and you turn to somebody else. What sound does thunder make? What sound does thunder make? And what sound does rain make? What sound does rain make? Oh, I love it. You are absolutely necessary, extremely important. The reason why I say this is because of this one thing. I don't know what chapter that you're in your life. You could be at a low time or you could be at a high time, but you put your mask on of, I'm coming into the meeting today. I don't know where you are, but I'm giving you an affirmation that you are special, you are worth it, you are a genius, you are smart, and you are essential. You are absolutely necessary, extremely. And you can't spell success without what? You. We need you. We need the best portion of you when you come to work. We need the best version of you when you're going to the classrooms. We need the best version of you for our kids. You are actually teaching little CEO. You're teaching little president. You're teaching little authors. You're impacting the littles that will one day get big and be successful because of you. That's what my motivation is about. That's what keeps me going. That's what keeps my engine going over and over and over again, right? So our first part is that we understand that we have something to offer. Not only that, but we are essential and we have a version of success that we have to bring. So let's get into action. What are some things that you do every day to make sure that you bring your best version of yourself? Popcorn. Right here. There you go. Mm-hmm. See, she was scared. She's like, don't pick me. Talk to me. Coffee? Let me tell you something. I'm coming over here. Now, see, now I can go to Starbucks now, right? And when I go to Starbucks, I get a vanilla bean frappuccino with caramel, oat milk, and 4 pumps of vanilla, and vanilla sweet cold foam at the top. Let me tell you, sugar on the highest level, right? Probably down through the years, I might have that diabetes thing, but right now, I'm going out happy, right? So what are some things that you do as far as to get in action? What action do you take to take care of you? Talk to me.
Yeah, drink my Diet Dr. Pepper.
Drink Diet Dr. Pepper. Okay. Now I'm coming to you.
Coffee.
That's your coffee? I like it. Talk to me. What actions do you take for yourself? You plan. Let me tell you, what's your name? Gail. Let me tell y'all something. Gail is a different kind of discipline. Me, if I have some work to do and I have people around, I'm like, oh, people, hi, right? Gail, she came over and she was doing her work and everything like that. And then I came in, she's like, I just got to get some work done. She was doing that. Gail is about action. But there's an interesting thing about action is that there's a saying that says this: one immediate action is better than 1,000 good intentions. One immediate action is better than 1,000 good intentions. You can say, I want to be a better version in 2024. I'm going to start today. But those are good intentions, but I need how many immediate actions? I need one immediate action. As you're sitting here even today, you can either put it in your notes or write it down. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give y'all some time. 30 seconds to either put it in your notes or put it down on paper. What one thing do you want to accomplish? Either 2024 or back to your school in your department or for yourself. Write down one thing. I'm not going to ask you to read it. It's for you. Write down one thing. One immediate action is better than 1,000 good intentions. Yeah, I see y'all trying to read off of somebody's paper. One immediate action is better than 1,000 good intentions. About 20 more seconds. It could be anything. It could be for yourself personally, right? It could be for work. And the other thing is this, it could be for somebody else. I want to be there for somebody else. I want to be, a better husband or a better this or a better that, Unfortunately, Miss MJ Steele, she let the cat out the bag. I have littles, and then I have a lady as well. And then she's like, he's a daddy. And I heard some of y'all say zaddy with a Z, right? My lady at home, she thinks I'm all that in a bag of chips. I'm just saying, right? Now, actually, while I'm here, can I tell y'all how we met? Can I tell y'all how I met my lady? Right? Talking about one immediate action is better than 1,000 good intentions. So I was at a party. She was across. I was across on the other side. All the fellas was, trying to dance with her, and she just kept rejecting them back and forth, back and forth. All of a sudden, I'm very competitive. So I'm like, I'm dancing with her, right? My guys are like, no, you're not. I'm like, yes, I am. So I turned my swag on 1,000. So I walked over to her, and I have my contacts on right now, but I wear glasses. And I said, excuse me. And then she looked at me. I said, girl, if you were words on the page, you'd be that fine print. Had to throw the dad joke out there, right? All of a sudden, she laughed. She was like, oh, my God, you crazy, right? See, like, oh, y'all. All of a sudden, I took her hand. I kind of spun around a little bit. Like, she came around like this. I said, would you like to dance? She's like, yes. And we walked in, and 12 years later, we're still together. One immediate action is better than 1,000 what? Good intentions. But there's something that goes on with people that get in action. Now, all y'all wrote down something. You either wrote something in your notes or on the paper, but there's this sickness that's way worse than the flu, way worse than COVID, way worse than the new variants that are out there. There's a sickness that's going around. And can I tell y'all what this is? She's like, social media? I'm like, no, it's very close. Because social media, it kind of pertains to this. It's called ATNA. Have y'all ever heard about the ATNA? It's bad, y'all. It's bad. What is it? I'm glad you asked, Jimmy. Y'all said it, I didn't. Y'all said it, I didn't, right? See, what happened was, at this table over here, y'all was like, you got something to offer. You are essential. Hey, one immediate action. What action you gonna take today? And all of a sudden you're sitting at ATNA, now you're like, right? One immediate action is better than 1,000 good intentions, but if you're gonna take action, don't suffer from being an ATNA. ATNA stands for all talk and no what? Action. Don't suffer from that. Don't get so caught up in the inspiration of it that you don't follow the discipline of getting things done. If you really wanna make your mark, you don't wanna become an ATNA. That's all talk and no what? You are essential. You're absolutely necessary, extremely, and you can't spell success without you have something to offer. See, I want to make sure that y'all are with me, right? See, as my educators in the room, I actually went to school for elementary education. I got my associates at Palm Beach State College, and I went to PBA and ran out of money. That's what happened. But I'm a couple of credits away from getting my bachelor's, but what my bachelor's was in is elementary education. So I learned that make sure that you review with your classroom, you review with your team to make sure that everybody is on board. My guy over here, he's like, yeah, what? See? This is why the energy right here, I had to have your thumb drive, see? So with that being said, we're not going to become ATNAs, and that's all talking, know what? This is how we're making our mark. But now, this next part, I love this part. This is my favorite part out of them all because now I get to talk with y'all. Now it's time to get what? Resilience, right? I want to let y'all know that I know each and every person in this room. Y'all sit down and like, yeah, you talk to me. No. I know you. But y'all may not believe me. So I got, who's giving me some eye contact? Right here. What's your name in the white? Heather. Hey, Heather. Y'all say, hey, Heather. Hey, Heather. So, Heather, I'm going to talk about the people that are in this room in a good way. But Heather, if I'm doing a good job, I need you to give me a thumbs up, all right? If I'm not doing a good job and I don't know the people in this room, I need you to give me a thumbs down, okay? All right, so we have 4 kinds of people in this room. First kind of person I like to call the new hire. So if you've been working in the department for 1 year or less, raise your hand. Oh, y'all are in the room. Hey, Jimmy, right? The new hire. Heather, are you ready? This is the new hire. I'm gonna change the world, man. They actually said yes in my interview. Oh my goodness, yes, I got the job. Oh, I'm gonna go in there. My outfit for today is there. Jimmy, you look clean. I see you with the boots, man, right? They come in, they all happy and stuff. They smiling for no reason. It's like, what's wrong with you? Hey, man, I'm here. And let me tell you something. What report do you need, MJ still? I got you. Yep. And it's not due until yesterday. I got it early. The new hires, you're so excited. You got all this energy.